All right, my family and friends, we back at it again. Yo, three course catering, right back at y'all, Chef Dennis. I got a special guest today. We got Biz Coach Graves, straight from Maryland, D.C., man. Yeah, we loving it right here, man. First topic of the day is, programming your mind. Man, programming your mind, on the things that you eat, the things that you drink, the things that the company that you keep, how these things affect your life and how does it, you know, you know, transpire in your life. So can you talk about that?
Sure. Thanks again, Chef Dennis. Food is exquisite, and I just wanted to make sure I give that PR for all those that don't know, because my
All
belly is
right.
pretty good. But programming the mind, yes, definitely. I feel that TV is a very big plays a very big part in the news can affect people's moods. I remember several times where I used to indulge in the news quite a bit, and I would have some emotional traumas because it seems like that all that you get from the news is negative, and you never really get anything positive from the news. So it's just like you're indulging a whole lot, and so you kind of almost start your day. If you started with the news, you kind of almost start your day off on a pattern of already thinking that having that negative feel inside
Right,
of
right.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So also TV, depending on people, I'm a avid reader. So or more of an individual that keeps itself in a more meditative mode or in a more silent mode. But when you do TV, a lot of TV, or when I was consuming a lot of TV, I try not to get into certain things. I'm more of an individual so far as programming in the mind. I'm more of a fun loving type of individual. So my favorite is like cartoons or anything related to like comedy or something like that. Uplifting, enlightenment type things.
Okay, yeah,
Also,
yeah.
go ahead.
Okay. No, what I was gonna say is also just to piggyback on what you said, it's like, when you talk about TV, right? TV, it gives you an imagination. So if it's something sexual, you have desire. It builds up a desire. It builds up an appetite. So it depends on what you watch on TV. You know what I'm saying? It can hinder you, and hurt you spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Because of the things that you watch it gives you, like you said, gives you a bad attitude, gets you in a bad mood, and then also, saying these things feed your spirit. It's like food to the soul. You know what I'm saying? So you keep on intaking it, just like anything. When you eating certain things, if you keep eating it and eating, and it's not good for you. What happens? Then you get side effects like sicknesses. You get cancer. You get it depends on what you're eating. You know what I'm saying? That can cause cancer. But like I said, overindulging things like that, these things have side effects. And watching certain things on TV can have a side effect on your mind. That's why this subject is, program your mind, because the things
Right,
that you eat, you know what I'm saying, the things that you watch. And also, I just want to say the people that you keep around you, you know what I'm saying? If they
right,
negative, if they negative, guess what? They gonna bring you down. You know what I'm saying? They not doing anything, but they not uplifting you. They not, pushing you to your fullest potential. They're not doing none of that. If they just negative, what is it? Negative, it just draws. It takes away from you. It's like it's pulling you. You know what I'm saying? It's
right,
pulling you down. It's not pushing you up. It's not uplifting you. So it's always the people you keep around you. If they positive, uplifting, guess what? They going to motivate you. You know what I'm saying? When you don't have the right people in your corner and the right people in your circle, guess what? What did they do? Like us, they pull you down. They give you this negative mindset, negative thinking. You can't do it. Oh no, don't even do that. So they start to do that. You know what I'm saying? The things that you drink, you know, you drink too much soda. What does it do to your body? You understand what I'm
right,
saying? What does it do to your body? So you have to purify your body with things that's going to be nutritionist to your body. I made a vow myself. You know what I'm saying? I started today. As of today, I'm starting. You know, no bread, no starch, no sugar. It's just tea, water, fish, and veg. That's it. No butter, no nothing. Just salt and
Yeah.
pepper,
Well,
everything.
I'm gonna tell you an interesting thing. I have a gentleman that I coach. He has a CMOS, and I was intrigued by his information because he said something that was really intriguing because I spoke to him about steak and all of those various different things. This gentleman said he's never eaten fish, steak, shrimp, or anything. But if you look at his body mass and you look at his how he looks so far as his physique, you would never think that. You would think that he was indulging a lot of protein and just having that diet and doing a lot of supplements. This gentleman basically gets up in the morning, does sea moss, and does vegetables all day. And I mean, he's cut like, you know what I mean? And I think he's about 35, somewhere between 35. Generally, when the body is about going down, as it
Right.
relates to fitness, right? So, it is very important that, I feel that in a society that we live in, they're preaching or pushing three meals a day. But if you take a look at the chart, it says that it takes 8 hours for the food to fully digest. So you do 8 times 3, that's 24 hours, and you have to allot in time to sleep. So that means one meal is storing pretty much every day. So you're not burning off that one meal. So if you're doing 3 meals a day, then you see that. But if you look at we have in this area, in the DC area, we have people called the Nation of Islam, for those that are familiar. But though their particular diet, right, is very strict, and they only eat one meal a day. I have to say, 95% of everybody that I've seen, if not more, of their crew is basically fit and in shape.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that not overweight, stomach is not bulging, cut or whatever, to healthy looking. But the more we eat, the more we're getting bigger and swoller. And now, and I know being you being in the food industry, they've already allotted that chicken can be made in a lab and sold in high end restaurants. So
Right, and that's why I said fish for me, fish and veg. Why I said fish because I still work out, so I still need some type of supplements. I eat a lot of beans right now,
mhm.
and like you said, the chicken. A lot of this stuff is processed, and it has certain ingredients that's not good for our bodies. So it can hinder us. Like you said, the chicken. That's why I stopped the chicken for a while, and I'm doing this for until June 1st. So
All
it's
right.
going. Look, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be tough. But guess what? I I started this podcast because I wanted to uplift people. I wanted to encourage people,
Right.
and so this is just another way for me to be encouraged. And so when I do it, then I can be encouraging to somebody else. And
Right.
that's the most important thing for me. In this life that I'm living, I had a rough life. I did some bad things in my life, but now I'm at a better place. You know what I'm saying? Of uplifting, encouraging people, and trying to do the right thing. And just I want to open up their eyes to realize that some of the things we've done in life doesn't mean that we can stay in that place. We can move. We can get out of that place. You know what I'm saying? And we don't have to be in that same place anymore. You know what I'm saying? And some
Right.
people just feel like, oh, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. No, just motivate yourself. Grab hold to somebody that can motivate you, that can encourage you each and every day. Because every day is not going to be a good day. You know what I'm saying? You know, some people, they have different faiths and different beliefs, but at the end of the day, you still need that encouragement. Who can that person be? Who can that family member be that can be encouraging? And that's why in this segment I said the people that you have around you, how they
True.
can be beneficial to you in your life. Not take nothing from them, take something from them and give them something back to them, not in the physical form, but in the mental form. You know what I'm saying? And when you do that, you know what I'm saying, you get something that's going to be nourishing to the body, nourishing to the brain. You know what I'm saying? The brain is like a muscle. So
Right.
you need to get all the right nutrients to help it be healthy. You had I know
Right.
you
And
want to
and
say.
as it relates to, the people, so we have, especially, let's speak on the African American community, right? The African American community has been traumatized. So even from, its past history of being in Africa and just coming over into America, and some of the traumas that evolved or were done to us as it relates to that, separations of the families, various other things that I just don't want to get into. But as it relates to healing, right, we've never had an opportunity to heal. So when we look at the streets or the violence or all these different things, or young people thinking that, being belligerent or speaking of a different language, and outside of communication, and if we're in a small piece, and we're sitting in our own areas, then communication is a different way, right? But when we're going out to certain platforms and things of that nature, or we want to have a certain etiquette about ourselves, right? You don't
Right.
just want to be the same way that you were on the streets, because first of all, uh, if I speak to you in some street language, you have other people that may not understand that language. So
Right.
what are they talking about? And so, you want to articulate or be able to speak in a manner in which everybody is inclusive. And so, these things are not being taught. But like I said, going back to trauma, a lot of those things and family separations, and or even things that have happened as families have never been healed. So families
Right.
have never healed, and they've never addressed it. They've never come to the table and said, "This is what we're going to do. We're going to love one another. We're going to be with one another. We're not going to allow those entities that brought us, right, to allow us to be no longer together, because they knew that when we was together we were strong. So therefore they sold us off, right, or whatever the case may be. So, now we're doing it to ourselves. Maybe it be financial situations that we've grown, or financial things, or things that we have gathered that makes us feel a little bit more different or elevating to a different level. But we all are on the same level as we speak on the spiritual aspect, because God is the one that owns everything.
Right.
We are just merely keepers of it, right?
Yep.
So it's temporary keepers. So, and so therefore we take these things and we say, oh, we have this, or I have that, or I have this, or I have that, and never reach back to those. Because the whole key to getting out, I think they called it the great, I believe it's called the great migration or something like that. I will have to get you the information and get it to you so you can broadcast it. But if I'm not mistaken, in the South, basically they had a code, and the code was every black person that got out would come back and help everybody else get out that they left. So we've left that behind as it relates to a nationality and the people. And I don't want to get too much into all that, but I just was wanted to speak on the people aspect. So we're
Not, not. I got you, and I understand that, and that's the a couple of my messages was how the structure of a two-parent home, you know,
yes, very
you know
important.
that we spoke on that, so we still so that was on a previous podcast, but I can still talk about that as well, because here it is, it's a different person, and I want you to understand, like, that's important for
Oh
the
man,
black community. You know what I'm
oh
saying?
man,
Especially the black men. Black
yeah,
men, we need our fathers in our lives, even though we don't
yes,
have. You have to have a father
all male
figure.
figures.
You
Hmm.
got to. And
Yes, sir.
wherever how do you find that? Is whether in sports, whether it's in church, whether it's in some type of group where you have somebody you can look up to that's reliable, dependable. You know what I'm saying? For you
Right,
to be there, and he or take him under your wing, and slowly teach you how to be a man, because that's where y'all young black men are hurting at, is because some of them don't have the father in their life, and they don't have no male role model, and so because they don't have that, they don't have the respect. No one's teaching them how to respect a woman. No one's teaching them how to respect their mother, because their dad is not there to show, listen, you ain't gonna talk to your mother like that, you're not gonna talk to your
right,
grandma like that, so they don't
right.
have that. And to be honest with you, you know, some of the things that's going on in the world, we can't just point the finger at ourselves because there's somebody pulling strings
That is correct.
that causes some of the fathers to go to prison. You know
That
what
is
I'm saying?
correct.
And when you think when I look back, and I am a person who paid child support. Child support is not something that's going to help a family because at the end of the day, the child support money goes to where? It goes to the state, and
First,
then
and
they
they
go
take a cut.
they take their money, and
Hmm.
then after they do that,
They
guess what?
distribute it.
Let's just say the father he can't work. You know what they do? They say, okay, we still gonna charge him the money, and after
Hmm.
they don't get the money, now they say, okay, he's not paying. Guess what? Now we're gonna
Take your
take
license.
his license. Now after he take his license, now we're gonna watch this. Now they're gonna put him in prison. After they put him in prison, right? He got to pay while he in prison. So
That is
now
correct.
he got to pay while he in prison, and then after he pay when he in prison, he still got to come out and pay the back arrears. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Do you honestly think that that's something that's helping us? No, it is not.
Well, I mean, the thing is this though. So we go back to once again understanding the philosophy of what we're going through. So, because we are not in a community where there are people that inspire to be lawyers and things of that nature. All right, so we don't have any information, any legitimate information on how to correctly, do certain things. So because they're pushing us to be more in sports or various other things, right? Rappers or whatever. We are in a deciment as it relates to people that kind of like that can support us in certain ways. Doctors, right? We're in a
Yeah,
deciment when it comes to doctors, lawyers. We're in a deciment. So, um, just back to the father thing though. I had two fathers, so I was pretty blessed, right? I had a stepfather and a father, so I mean, I was truly blessed to have that multitude, and then my community. Although I grew up in a, in a rough community, during that time, it was more that whoever was doing anything that wasn't contrary to whatever, right? They were making sure that the children were not affected by it, and they were protecting the children. So nowadays they are bringing the children on early and as young as recruiting them as young as 9 years old, and they are doing things and not even going to school. And because of that, it is becoming a real bad situation.
right. So in you said I heard you say that you had two fathers.
Yep.
So being that you had two fathers, then you had two role models in your life, right?
Yes, sir.
Were you always the positive man that you are today?
Of course. So I've always been me. As it relates to anybody that knows me in my community, I'm a strong figure in my community. They can't do anything but speak volumes of it, right? Because I've always been dedicated not just to taking care of myself, but taking care of others, right? Not just looking out for my children. I got 4 children myself. Although I raised them very, very, very tight, I raised them to. I also was having other people, children that I've try to motivate and keep them from doing, things that's contrary. If the young man says, "I ain't got a job," I'm like, "Well, look, man, give me your email, give me your number. I'm gonna make some calls and try to get you a job. Uh, I help you get your resume together, right? You need you. Look, this is how you gotta go at the interview. You need some clothes. I'm gonna buy them for you. So taking that extra step that most people aren't taking nowadays, they're gonna just look at the little youngin like, all right, you know. And even at this point in time now, I'm doing some volunteer work in my community for young men that are homeless, youth that are homeless, right? And just trying to make it. So they're going out here wilding. For those that's following the news or whatever, they see what's going on in the DC area. And so these young men and women are as young as 12 years old getting shot and killed because they're robbing people. And so I'm trying to be not just one to speak on it, but out there doing it. I want to be right in the midst of everything saying, nah, this is not the way. All right, well, look, so this is what I'm gearing up to do is get a youth entrepreneurship club. Like get them together, get them together, teach them, entrepreneurships from the basics of how to start a business, do a business plan, how to do a budget, all of the things that you can do. So because I've been blessed to learn these things in my tenure in life, I'm eager to give them as well, because I really believe that when I leave this earth, I just want to leave it all behind. I don't want to leave nothing on the table.
All right. Do you have any like recreational centers that you could go down to and offer that information down there to these young guys that's there?
So basically, my target market, as I'm putting together a program, so I'm putting together a youth outreach program, right? Like a whole program. Like this is what you do generally in a nonprofit organization when you're looking to achieve certain things. You structure a program, which is a curriculum. So I'm structuring up the curriculum, the program, and then the budget. And then once I'm finished with all of that, then I'm going to reach out to churches. Churches have pillars of the community that have access to children, on a day-to-day basis. So I feel, and I have several nonprofits that I'm working with, and people that are in nonprofits that are going to, help me with that as well. But I mean, I see a need, and you can go to schools.
Okay.
There's various different places that you can go that's in the need for just helping these young children. I don't want to just do nothing generic like what everybody else is doing. I want to even be able to kind of like, you know, uh, take them out of, what I'm saying, the atmosphere, or help them create another atmosphere in an atmosphere. Because I was in the heart, the belly of the beast. I was in the belly of the beast when it came to, when I grew up, but my mind wasn't in the belly of the beast. So when everybody was doing things that the belly of the beast do, I was on another thing. I was playing football. When people smoked and drink, I was drinking water or at the basketball court. Like, I don't want to do that, right? So, no, you can't take every young man or young woman out the ghetto, but you could take their mind out of the ghetto. Just like they say, you could take a person out of the ghetto, but you can't take the ghetto out of the person. So, it got to be this different philosophy. You gotta upgrade their mind, right? Let them know who they are. Like when you step out there, like I'm the best of the best. I don't care if I came from Southeast DC. I'm the best of the best. I'm the best you're gonna see. I represent my community. The community don't represent me. I know the community don't, but I represent the community by uplifting myself and giving my best at everything that I do, but being able to articulate for them.
Okay. So your children are you teaching your children how to be entrepreneurs as well?
Yeah, so even my daughter, right? So my daughter is 21, right? So although she's working as well, I've been encouraging her to do various other things, and now we've gotten her to the point where she's ready to get into real estate. So I'm actually structuring a business plan for her, structuring a marketing plan. She's taking the test, and we're going to move forward from there. So my sons, they'll be 18 on Friday. So that's another quest that I'm going to be doing. They're still in school, but basically I'm going to do a sit down and I'm going to structure them. Get their mind right. One of my sons, one of my
Yeah.
twins, he just finished the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, for all those that know it, by Robert Kiyosaki, and we're going to, as a pilot, we're going to cash flow quadrants. And he wants to read. We're reading that together, so he's going to read it. I'm going to read it, and we're going to read it together. We're going to finish it together. I've already read it one time, but I'm going to read it again for him. So these are the things that I'm just motivating and trying to do that as well.
See that this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. See, there's young men out there that need to hear what you're saying. Like, look, then I gotta tip my hat off to you, bro, because you talk about you. Nah, for real. I'm saying, hey, look, I ain't. I'm you know me. I be me. I'm being real. Like I'm real. And yo, you talking about reading with your son. See, most men don't even understand that, man. Reading is, see what I said. Programming your mind. What you read is important because guess what? It's stimulating your mind. It's getting
Yes.
you it's programming you to you know what? I want to do something great. I want to do something better. So it's
Mm-hmm.
programming your mind by the things you read, what I'm saying, books you read, what I'm saying, everything that you want to do, it's in a book. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge.
Yes, it
You know
is.
what I'm
Yes, it
saying? And
is.
that's the same thing with a pastor. You know, a pastor has to read the Bible so he'll be equipped to knowing the word of God. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And we, even as Christians, we got to do the same thing, because there are going to be times where, when it's times are rough and we got nothing to stand on, we got to stand on God. We got to stand on that word. And if you don't know the word, guess what? How can you stand on it? How can you talk about it? Because you don't know nothing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't understand it, so you don't, because you don't read it. And if you don't read it, you're not going to understand it. You're not even programming. You know, how do we learn? I'm gonna jump right here. How do we learn our ABCs? We had to say it over and over and over.
Repetition. Repetition.
When you, and same thing, when you
Mhm.
read it over and over, it is, you embed it in your mind, in your brain. You understand what I'm saying? And when back in the day, we ain't have cell phones like we got now. We had beepers. Guess what? You had to remember numbers. Now everything is technology. So guess what? That part of our brain we don't even use no more. Because I can tell you right now, there's numbers that I know I will never forget. But guess what? When you
Right.
talk about, I'm being serious. When you talk about how things are, you know, evolving, so look, I remember. Look, as a kid, this is a number right here. I will never forget. It's 973-374-6933. You know what that number was?
No.
That's my grandmother number. I was a kid. I'm talking about a kid. Like I was a baby, bro. I remember that number. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
973-819. What is it? 81. No, that's my number. 973-923-8004. Yo, numbers. That's that's my number when I was a teenager. That's my father's number. You know what I'm saying? I remember those
Right.
things. But as we go and as we evolve, guess what? We don't have that part of our brain. We don't use that no more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There are only important things that you remember. You know what I'm saying? We remember our social security number. You know, if you got a job number, you got to log in every time. You got to remember that. And so that's the part of the brain we have, you know, we have still, and we understand it. But when you talk about remembering numbers, no, we don't do that no more. We say, oh, we got our phone. Because I can tell you right now, there's a lot of people in the world, if they don't have their phone, they don't know their own wife's number. Something, and it's not a lot, but
Yeah,
I
because you know they snuck it on us to put up pictures. So the
how,
pictures, you know, yeah. I
look,
ain't gonna lie, I don't remember no numbers neither
I,
though.
I'm not. It's not. I'm just saying. That's why we talking about it right now. Because guess what? It's programming your mind. If you don't look, if you program your mind to remember something, you're gonna remember. And that's why I say I go back to those numbers. It stayed with me because I needed to know those numbers, because when I'm out, I gotta call grandma. Oh, I gotta call my
Right.
father. You know what I'm saying? I gotta remember those numbers. And those numbers, it stuck with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I talk about programming your mind. It's the same thing. Now we live in a time right now. You have to get your mind right to deal with this world, and knowing how to deal with people, knowing how to talk to different people. I know some people aren't people's person. I might be saying it
Right.
wrong.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Strengths and
A
weaknesses.
people,
Strengths and
yeah,
weaknesses.
a
Mhm.
people's person. I am. You know, I deal with a lot of different people, attitudes and everything.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
deal with that. You know what I'm saying? And I deal with that because I know how to deal with certain people. And then some people don't want to be dealt with, don't want to be bothered. And I got that and I respect that.
That's true.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
And that's why, I'm glad I'm able to deal with different people, because, I learned how to cope with different nationalities, different people. And like I said, it's important to being able to do that. And, over the times, I was able to program my mind to do that, you know what I'm saying? By
Right.
different, events that happen in my life. And, so that, and studying the Bible is not easy. I'm going to keep it real with you. It ain't
Yeah.
easy stuff, because sometimes you get, and this is why I said programming your mind. You get derailed. Something, your phone ring, and some people say that's the enemy. No, it's not that. You just got to be determined to sit there and study the word, because you want something out of it. You know what I'm saying? Even if it's
Right.
studying for a test. When you study in college, you study for a test. You study for a practical in culinary school. You got to study. You got to put the time in, programming your mind so you can be successful. And that's all it's about. It's about programming your mind to be successful. Dealing with people, dealing with your children. You know what I'm saying? I had a segment on here, and one of the guys was saying that he apologized to his kids. And at first, I was like, what? You apologize to your kids? But then I thought about it, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we are emotional and we chastise our children out of emotion, and we really don't think, you know what I'm saying? Whether they did something disobedient, whether they did something wrong, it's how we talk to them so they can receive it. Sometimes we like, oh, sit your butt down. Ah, they look, they not receiving what we saying. I ain't saying
Right.
being soft, talk soft to them, but it's how we say it to them so they can receive it. That's about anybody. You yelling at somebody, they not gonna listen to you. You got to be gentle in certain circumstances. You got to be gentle with that individual so they can receive it. You know what I'm saying? You said it earlier. You got to. Everybody can't be reached. It's only the people that want to be reached. Only the people that want to receive it. You know what I'm saying? Some people be like, I don't want to hear all that. Who he talking about? What he talking about? I don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? That goes back to with the negativity. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about positive. I might not be. I'm not out here talking about who got the fattest butt and who looked the sexiest. Nah, I'm not with all that. You know, I see all that stuff on other podcasts that I'll be like, yeah, I'm not looking for all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for fame.
Right.
You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Whoever I could touch,
Substance.
huh?
Substance. Have a substance. And see, the key is, God gonna bless it. You know what I mean? As you look at, a lot of things, or even a lot of people, like you said, even with the different podcasts, and I love the fact that you first of all are you, and have the diversity to be able to stand on, what I'm saying, what you believe, and put it out there, right? But more than anything, right? A lot of the podcasters, that's what they're talking about, and it's just irrelevant, right? It ain't even uplifting our community. Our community know what we've been through. Listen, I mean, if you don't know, they had one slave. They had this slave mate with actually have over 2,000 babies. His whole job was to mate. They say that he made it in the morning, he made it in the evening, and he made it in the night. This man's whole job was to mate. So they have already programmed and already placed in our mind to do certain things. We just have to know the curse, right? So that we can stop the curse, because that's all it really is.
Yeah. Somebody told me look like a little old saying, and when you get a bunch of black people together, right? It takes 5 fingers to make a fist. Some people don't call a thumb a finger, but it is a finger. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's connected to the hand, and that's what makes it a hand. That thumb is the most important finger on your hand. You know what I'm saying? And when we come together, make that fist, bro, we unstoppable. But most people don't understand that. They want to look at what you got. I want that. Yo, do you know what I did to get there, or what I did to get to where I'm at? You got to take that. You got to do the same thing. Don't expect to just come take it. You got to work hard to get it. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
I'm talking. Look, I'm looking at this whole mess with Cat Williams and stuff like that, right? And
Right.
no, listen, growing up, right? I lived in a bad neighborhood growing up, and I seen a lot of stuff, right? And I should say to this. It's the same thing about I'm gonna get to the point that I'm saying. It's the same thing how I feel about what they doing, Cat Williams and all, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Mm-hmm.
growing up, they were drug dealers, right? How did the drugs get into our community? Not no black person. A black person didn't bring those drugs in our community. They didn't own planes. They didn't own ports. How did it get here? How did it get here? The white people brought it here. They brought it here. They did. They got the come on. That's how.
I mean, it was a little bit more intricate than that. It wasn't really just one race, but it was an orchestrated. It was an orchestrated thing.
But guess what? At the end of the day, you say it was orchestrated, right? Sure.
Right.
But listen, it was orchestrated. But guess what? Who is in power? Like even in if you look at the Congress and you look, who is in there?
I mean, but the solution to it is not really necessarily that. But when you understand that, how do we overcome that? Because that's not going to stop, right?
No,
they're always going to have those backdoor situations going on where they're going to feed. I mean, think about it. Even in the streets, right? The weak guy, you push the weak guy to do things that you wouldn't do or that you don't want to do because you don't want to go to jail, right?
that's it.
You
Right.
you hyping him up, and he gonna fall right into the trap.
You,
So that's the whole thing. So, but if he's a strong guy, right? He's gonna be like, "What? Nah, I ain't doing that. You do that yourself." Right? So
and
so that's
yeah,
so that's what the stage and state of being that we got to be in. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm not selling drugs to my community. Why?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm selling life, hope. You know what I'm saying? Sacrifice, man. You know, let them know that I'm struggling like they struggling, but you know, I'ma still, you know, have that drive, that ambition, that goals, and get up every day like ain't nothing happened.
So and like you said, look, and I got to I was saying about the drug stuff is because guess what? They pushing their buttons, and that's why they acting the way they act. Listen, the money is one thing, the respect is another. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people gonna do what they want to do. They got a choice. So they chose not to do certain things. Okay, you so because you chose not to do certain things, you don't get the things that they want to give you. Or I say I don't know. You know what I'm
Right, right,
saying?
right.
But at the end of the day, you can't look. They on a platform, a bigger platform than me, and they talk about each other. Right? What are they doing? You think they're not looking up top and they're not looking at that? Say, see, look, they fighting one another. They ain't coming together. What are they doing? They they
Right.
they on top of the food chain, shall I say? And they still and look, they battling with each other. You don't see the white people doing that like we do because that's like I said, programming the mind. Their minds was
Well,
programmed for by something other than them
but,
putting the
but
hard
my
work
thing,
in.
but my only thing about the Cat Williams thing, and I'm gonna speak on it briefly, is
Right.
that he spoke his truth. So somebody has to stand up in the middle and say what's what. Because if you look at how they was doing Monique, it was terrible. And if you look at how Steve Harvey spoke on his integrity not being, he ain't gonna compromise this or that, or money is this. So yes, Cat Williams had to speak on that, and I like the way he addressed it. He addressed it full front. That's why I respected one of a rap, my favorite rapper or whatever, favorite artist, Tupac, because he spoke on it. He wasn't scared to speak on it, whether it was going to cause him wrath, or even death. So he was able to articulate how he felt, what he felt, when he felt it, and of course, anger is not always the best way to express yourself, right?
Right.
But he expressed it, right? And he didn't hold back. But if you listen to most people, they say he loved kids, he respected women. All of the women that come about that talk about his name and don't speak dirty on it, right? The little kids that come about and say he's never touched them like other rappers have touched them and things, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So when it comes to certain things, you just have to have moral. You have to stand up because even if you look at it, and I'm like I said, I don't want to get too deep into all the rest of it, but if you look at the Emmy Awards, I think it was one year, or it was one of those awards where they had a person coming out in red and devilish stuff performing. So people, we as children of God have to speak out on this. Like, we gotta, even if it comes to detriment. I mean, he was beheaded. Some of them was beheaded because they believed so much, and it's just
Mhm.
what we have to sacrifice and go through as it relates to that. So I'm just saying, Cat Williams, I give a shout out to him because he stood up. He was like, my balls is my word, and everybody out there saying, oh, he gave me 15. Boosie said he gave me 15,000 cash when I was down. Just threw it to me. You got several other people. Matter of fact, who else said that? Somebody else, you got several other people that's like, man, Boosie gave me like 10, racks and everything, like, and not asking for nothing back. So he got his own money so he can speak his own piece because ain't nobody giving him no money you know what I'm saying? He can
Yeah.
speak his own piece because he on his own level.
He worked for I give you that he worked for it. That's what happens when you ain't listen, when you on the top of your game, you
And
you
nobody
know
giving you nothing because, like I
right.
said, You know, in the behind closed doors, they give you something, but they look at what they did to Puffy. People don't understand what they did to Puffy. See, Puffy ain't go through nothing till he filed that lawsuit. As soon as he filed that lawsuit, they was on him like white potatoes. Now look, now that he took away that lawsuit, you don't hear nothing about him. It's a game. It's a game, man.
I
They
know
wasn't
it's a
playing
game.
with him.
I know it's a game.
It's a 100% game.
It's a big game.
He
That's
said, if
why
I gave you power, I'm gonna take that power from you.
Of course.
So if you bow to that man in the midst of power, understand it ain't God's power, because when God give you power, he ain't taking it away.
Of course. That's
You
why
feel me?
that's why you got to stand on it. You got to stand on his word. You got to
Definitely.
stand on it. You can't be, flip-flopping out. They say you can't be straddling the fence. You can't do that. Because if you straddle the fence, guess what? One day you're gonna get on the other side of the fence, you're gonna get burnt. You're gonna get stuck on that side. You know what I'm saying?
That is correct.
I just touched on those little things because that I see that's going on, and it's like, yo, that's crazy. Like I don't want to ever be involved with all that stuff. I see that's that negative energy. I don't want none of it.
Right.
I don't want none of it. It's laughing and laughter over here and talking crazy.
Fingers.
That's it.
But we do, as a people, we do got to stand better than that, bro. You know, you got some people that's in position that, you know what I'm saying, that they willing to do anything for that money, man. And we can't allow them, listen, to the detriment of our children, we can't allow them to continue to move forward. Because it's not to the detriment of you and I, it's to the detriment of our children, because our children are following the same pathways and they're being demised because these people are in position to protect them, but they are compromising their integrity. They would do anything for money and all this and all that. So they basically in the way. But you got to get them up out the way.
That's why I said, look, that's why I said what we watch on TV, programming your mind, and it's all relevant. That's what it all boils down to. The shows that we watch. Look, you see some of these shows that's on TV, what they pushing, like they trying to force this
certain ideologies on you. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm like, what? Okay, why it gotta be everything has to have, that I ain't gotta.
I already know. I can read between the lines. All right.
That is so. I'll be mindful of what I say because the things that come out your mouth you can't take back. I understand that. So, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like, yo, everything has that, and then you talk about it. Then it's like, oh, why you talk about that? Listen, it is what it is. Like that's the old saying. It is what it is. But guess what? Don't mean just like I can't force my faith and belief on you. How is it that you got the power to force that on everybody else? We can't talk about Jesus all the time. We have to do that in the privacy of our homes. If not, or no, seriously. Or
no, that is true. That's true.
But it's okay for them to just say, here, you gotta accept this. You gotta accept this. But I can't go to work. I can't go, down the street and just start yelling. I can, but you can't just go down there and just say, it's all about Jesus. It's all about Jesus. No, they ain't.
Right.
We're gonna be scrutinized. But you say the other thing, they be like, oh yeah, we're welcoming that. But when it comes down to our faith and belief, it's not welcome. Or we don't believe in that. But yet when you turn around, oh, that's okay.
Right.
Well, we know that's the enemy. Yeah.
But I mean, that's just to try to contradict God. And so on that aspect, I respect whoever, however they feel as though whatever their situation is. But as it relates to me and educating my children and making sure that they have an understanding of certain ideologies and things that people go through, I just try to make sure I stay on top of that, because like I said, once again, I'm not more upset about what a person does. I'm more upset about how they influence the children. And I think that's my biggest thing. I don't really care about what you do. And that's really not my thing, because you're not, I can't control you as a person. But I do feel some type of way when, you have certain people that can go inside of bathrooms with certain other people and things of that nature, and however that goes. So, yeah, I mean, and it'd be children. So it's just a lot of things to go on.
Yeah, that's you hit it right. Man, like hold on, I'm just trying to do this right here. No, I was trying to do something, but no, but yeah. Are you talking about going into the bathrooms? Yeah, yeah. That's another thing too. You a man, but dressed like a woman. You could go into the women's bathroom. Where that makes sense at? Where
Yeah,
that
I
makes
mean,
sense at?
and the only issue it comes across is what if you are a man, a perverse man that wants to dress up as a woman to go into the bathroom to do perverse things to a child. You see what I'm saying? So it just goes into,
Yeah,
like you might not even be that way. You might be dressing that way to, dress yourself up to get in there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's neither here nor there. But I do understand what you mean as it relates to that. So, we just gotta stay
no,
prayed
yeah,
up.
that's.
Definitely uh just keep it mindful as it to protecting the children, man, because at the end of the day, man, that's all we got. That's our
That's
future.
it. You
Yeah.
got it. Hold on, I'm trying to see something. Hold on. Bear with me real quick. I don't know what I got this thing. I got it on there like this. Hold on, I'm trying to see the comments.
All right.
Can you see the comments?
No, sir.
You looking on your Facebook?
No, I'm not. Told you this technology thing is just new to the brother.
It's new.
It's new.
Yeah. It's like, hold on. I guess it's like. Let me go like this. You do anything for Valentine's Day?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, a huge guy of a whole lot of holidays and things of that nature, but I do want to spend some quality time with some people. I generally always go get my daughter some roses and a card. If I don't, she's gonna get on me. Dad, you ain't,
Oh.
So but yeah, definitely want to just I try to be special every day. Try to show that love every day, man. I try not to get too acclimated into one day of service to people.
No, you just, hey, just to your daughter.
Yeah,
She the queen for now.
yeah,
Until you
yeah.
get the
So the
until you
wifey
get
come, right?
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. When the
When,
wifey come, then everything is moving forward, right?
oh,
We
you
praying on that.
huh?
I said we praying on that. God is gonna bring that to fruition. A brother can build with one woman. And that's a beautiful thing. Somebody to be able to lean on and to be able to cry on too, because we shed tears sometimes.
Yeah.
And always a blessing when we got that woman that can understand that moment, that vulnerable moment that we all have as human beings. And so that's a beautiful marriage. Is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is. You got, but just know this: it ain't. It's work. It's a
Oh yeah.
it's a constant work. It's a constant sacrifice. Some big. I ain't gonna say constant. It's a big sacrifice. You know what I'm saying? You can't just You got no more self. You selfless. You got get that out of here. It is all. It's about the greater good. It's about making you happy. Like I tell people this: before you make somebody else happy, right? You got to make yourself happy first.
Yeah, you got to be happy with yourself.
How can you not be happy and make somebody else happy? It's impossible.
Right.
You putting on a fake. You putting on a facade. You can't make nobody really happy if you ain't happy. You got to be happy yourself because you number one first. And I ain't talking about being selfish to say I make it.
I understand what you're saying.
If you loving yourself, you loving on somebody else. You could give love. You listen. If you like, come on, man. We know we family. Most people don't even know that we family. Listen. That's all I would look, man. I wasn't like this when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if you gonna love me, I'm gonna love you. And my love is totally different. I'm gonna love you for real. Not no fake one. Not no, oh, I love you. Hey, you know how some people say, oh, I love you. Nah, when I come around, you gonna know. When I leave you, you gonna say, man, Terrell did this. Man, he loved me. Cause I'm hugging you. Kissing you, I'm acting wild. I'm doing everything. I'm showing you that. If somebody said, "What's your love language?" My love language is hugs. I give everybody hugs. Everybody. I be at work. They be like, "Yo, you all right? Yeah, what's up? You something wrong?" Yo, I got this one guy at my job. No, so I got this one guy at my job. His name Kevin. Right? Listen. Seriously, I'm no joke. He don't talk really too much, right? So every time I see him, I say it loud. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, Kev?" And look, listen. When he say hi, he say, like I said, okay. So next time I see Kev, now he say, "What's up?" Yeah, he said loud because I'll be like, "Yo, Kev, what's up?" Like, no, hey, ain't gonna be no hey me. Is hey, what's up, dude? That's right, because that's the type of energy I'm bringing. I'm bringing that type of energy. Somebody be like, "Yo, you 5 o'clock in the morning, you acting like this." That's right. I'm like this in the morning. I'm going to be even more like this. Now, when I go to work tomorrow, they're going to be like, this is going to be all over my face. Oh, the 49ers lost. I'm like, okay. All right. They lost. What's up? What's new? Come on, let's go. That's it. You don't even watch football. The ones that don't even watch football are going to be in my face. Oh, what happened? Oh, what happened? I don't believe all that. Damn, but they ain't moving me because guess what? It's over now. Now we going to back. Now we going to basketball. That's it. It's simple as that. But that's the energy I bring, man. I'm
always respect. Yeah, respect, and I mean I can vouch for that. And so but it's beautiful, man. I mean,
no. So I'm sorry. Somebody said, you hurt now. Oh, yes, I was hurt. Yeah, I was hurt. I was like, I was sitting on the couch like this. My wife was like, "Baby, it's okay." I said, "Baby, don't rub my back, please. don't rub my back." I was like this. Oh, my goodness. I was hurt, bro, because I was sitting on the edge of my seat, like, come on.
That was an awesome game, though.
Oh, it was an awesome game, man. It was a banger, man. I was
game.
Like,
I was in the beginning. I was like, it's a battle. It's on.
Yeah,
they stripping each other. I mean, it was definitely a good game.
Word up, man.
Yeah, for sure.
But like I was saying, let's go back. What's important to me is like, really, like family is important to me. You know what I'm saying? I try my best to, reach out to certain family members or at time for time. You know what I'm saying? It's hard because work when you got a difficult type of job, sometimes it drains you. Sometimes it's like, yo, I'm just gonna go hang out with my friends, and then you miss out, you know what I'm saying? Or hanging out with that individual. But it all, like I said, when we go back to the topic, you know what I'm saying? It's the company that you keep,
right.
The people you want around you is uplifting you, not draining you, not pulling you away, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, you know me, we cousins / brothers. When I come down there, look, when I come to DC, I'll be like, yo, and look, Candy, Freddie, look, when I come down there to see one, they say, yo, this is the first thing they say. You want to see Freddie? You want to see Sean? They make sure they say, don't come down here, don't see them two. If I'm coming to see Candy, they make sure you want to see Sean. And I got it. Hey, am I lying? I gotta come see. Hey, yo, so where you at? I'm coming to see you.
But I mean, that's how he was, and I miss, and not to go too deep on a whole lot of other things. I was just kind of like meditating on how we was at when we were young. We were at one place in North Carolina, and all of us was there. You know what I'm saying? Like all of us. You know what I'm saying? And it was just so beautiful, man. That love. I was thinking about Lil Cliff. I was thinking about everybody, you know what I'm saying? And just how I used to play his little music. We'd be chilling with him. And I mean, it was just, those moments are special, man. And those memories are special. In our lives, as we grow, they start to blossom and get bigger. And we kind of like don't participate as much in, you know what I mean, in those special moments. But I definitely do miss those moments. Those were beautiful moments.
So I'm how can I we'll get this out right. I'm gonna kind of give you a big brother beating. Okay, what you just said. I'm gonna tell you why. Don't take this the wrong way, all right? Because guess what? Now that you said that, right? You have to now you want to do, you know what I'm saying? You want to do better. Now, if it's possible, you know what I'm saying? They even though now it's gonna be difficult as they grown, they about to be grown now. You know what I'm saying? The two twins, your daughter, she grown already. You gotta bring them around the other part of the family. Family reunion's coming up, and it's going to be in August. It's going to be in Delaware, and you got to and start there because let me tell you something. I brought my two daughters a couple of times, right?
All right.
And our kids don't know each other like we know, and see that's our fault. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And we have to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And regardless, and so look, watch this. What did our parents do for us? They forced us to come.
Yeah, they did.
And that's what and either whether they want to come or not, even though they grown, you come with us. Because you know what? That when we gone, it's important for them to have that type of relationship. Let them grow together, even though it's too late. They say it's never too late. It's never too late.
Ain't too late.
You know what I'm saying? And each of us have a different gift, and we all have certain type of resources we can use one another, not use it in a negative way, in a positive way, but grow, let them bond and grow together while they can right now. It's because we family.
But I'm gonna tell you something. On my behalf that kind of like that I saw, and this is why I'm gonna tell you why I wanted to be in business so much. I really wanted to be in business so much because remember my dad had his own business or whatever the case may be, but Candy, Freddie, all of us, like we had like moments where we worked together. And it was so special. Even when we would go with Uncle Dirk, we would work together. Like I worked with Tanya. We've worked with so many family members, right? And it was like, that's how I want work to be. I want work to be working with my family, right?
Right.
And so that was why I, in turn wanted a business, because it was like a business because I wanted to be closer to my family where we're all making, money. And we're doing it together and we're enjoying life. Like to me, that was the ultimate goal. And that was even why I started a lot of my businesses. It wasn't for me. It was just because I wanted to share my talent with those, with my family members whom I loved, and I wanted to spend more time with, like we did when we were little. Right. And so, see, that's my thing. Like, like when we're sharing our talents, you know what I'm saying? It will free up our times. We won't have to work for nobody because we're going to all be making a substantial amount of money because we're sharing our talents with one another. And we're going to be able to, where you may be weak at, or I may be weak at in one thing, we're supplementing each other, and and the income is coming in as well. So, that was just my thing.
Right. So just all right. So I'm just going to throw this out there. So I have a 5-year plan. Right.
All right.
So I'm down 1 year already. So now I got 4 years left. So my thing is this: in 4 more years, I'll have 2 food trucks. I'm in I'll have one, no guaranteed. I have 1 food truck in 2025.
Awesome.
One. That'll be 2 years. Okay, that'll be a total of 2 years. I said 5 years. I have a plan. I have 2 years. In 2025, I have my first food truck. And going into, I want to say 2027, I should have my second one. And
All
when
right.
and
Awesome.
once I have my two food trucks, my job it will be, I can fluctuate then. You know what I'm saying? I can
Right.
move around. Right now I work from 5 a.m. to noon. So I got a lot of time on my hands. So I'm working on things now, you know what I'm saying, and trying to get those things in place.
Mm-hmm.
I have certain people already, lined up, uh, getting the money together on
Awesome.
getting the first one. And what you said, look, I told my daughter, I said, listen, Imani, I'm gonna get two food trucks. One is gonna be for me, one is for you. Now it's up to you to run it because she's supposed to be going to culinary school, right?
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. And I said this is gonna be for you. So enjoy
Now,
your time now. But because what happens is I'm going to show you how you're going to work from with me. I'm going to pay you like I'm supposed to pay you, not because you're my daughter. I'm going to pay you, but you got to do the work. Because
right.
when you go out and do your own thing on your own truck, I want you to be able to manage it and do the things that you need to do. Because guess what? That's not mine, it's yours. And it'll be, I worked hard for it, but I gave it to you so you could work hard and you can have your own money. You can go on your own trips and the small things, you know what I'm saying? You'll make enough money to get another truck if you want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That'll be yours, and you'll just expand it and expand it as far as you want to go. Yeah.
Right. And so, but understand the theory of everything. So you can allot out, you can do OPM or you can do your own money. So you should structure your organization to do OPM. That's what, if you're looking at what Trump is talking about when he's saying he don't owe these things and doing certain type of things, that's because of the simple fact he was using other people's money, which is the bank, right? So once you get your business plan critiqued, which you can use certain vehicles to get it critiqued. I mean, you can basically get anything that you want and you utilize that, right? Because you could utilize, once you structure everything, you could utilize your salary being whatever it may be. But you can start your salary out at 75,000. You can start your salary out at 150,000. It's just all in what you put in your business plan. Then you're going to place, if you need any assistant, you're going to place an assistant. Or if you have your wife working with you, you can place her as the assistant and she's making X amount as well. So you put these things detailed inside of your business plan and that's your money go. You'll get whatever money. If your 5-year plan is that, my suggestion to you to add to your 5-year plan is in 60 days, 6 months, have your business plan together and you can just solicit out and get your own money. Because basically, the government, the SBA is giving money. There's different type of loans for that. You got micro loans. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but they can, if you go micro loans, they're usually given out by nonprofits and it's usually maxed out at 25,000. So the micro loans are a lot more easier to get. There's less stipulations with credit and all that type of stuff. So, it's just a lot of different things that you can do to fund it.
So when you gonna have this business meeting with me, my brother?
I'm ready. I was born ready. All you got to do, listen, I told you a long time ago, all you got to do is shoot an email and I'll hit it back to you as faster than your head can spin.
Now
Have it.
I want
At least
what
you
I
can
want.
have it.
Yeah, I want that, but see, this is what I want. See, I'm look. You say computer savvy. I mean, you say all this technology. Nah. We got to sit down. We got the laptops. We got all the stuff, everything we got in front of us. We sit down, have a meal, and we get down to business. So
Yeah,
I got.
definitely.
You know what?
But
I
what
got
I'm
to set
saying
it
is, time wise, right? So look at it like this: you do your thing, I do my thing, right? So say for instance, that a lot of our sit down time might take about 3 months, but guess what? That email take 30 seconds, and then in that 30 seconds, it's gonna take another 30 seconds for me to get it back to you, and then we can get that meat down when we need. You can already have what you need to go ahead and get started with what you need to get started with, or you can elaborate on it. You can make it more, you know what I'm saying? You can say, well, look, give me that back. All right, boom, I get that. Here you go. So the vice versa. Then we sit down and then everything is already structured. You don't want to sit down and start 3 months from now. You want to start now. Like I'm ready. You know what I'm saying? So whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do, however you want to do it, just let me know. I'm always here.
No, you're a big boss. Big boss.
I'm not a boss.
Hey,
I'm not a boss. I just
but
made sure I learned enough
listen.
to be able to help out.
So we gonna end out this segment. But
Yes, sir.
what I want you to do is I want you to let everybody know, where they can reach you at. If you want to put it out there, what's your business? Tell them about your business and what you do, and put your information out there. You're more welcome to do that.
Yeah, well, I'm a business coach. I've been doing this for a while, running my own organizations and things of that nature. You can reach me at Biz Coach Graves on IG. I just love businesses and I'm passionate about it. But, if you're serious, I'll do work with you because I don't do work with everybody. And I do bill out. So, if you're serious, you can definitely allot my time. But, if you in a shaky mode or, you really don't, because I'm result based, because if you don't win, I don't win. So, I want you to win. Like, I'm not like these people that you see on IG that's talking that don't even know half of the information. I have certificates, and I stay on webinars and all different types of things with multiple different business resources to sharpen up on my skill. And I have field knowledge as well, so I've been in it. So definitely.
Well, I'll be coming down to DC soon.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm trying to do some functions down there. I'm gonna link up with Candy, see if we can do some stuff down there. But what I want you to do is I also want you to put me out there and at Chef Dennis 32. That's my YouTube. Then you got 3-Course Catering 3235. That's
All
my
right.
Instagram. So you can follow me there too. You put that out there for me. Get that out there and put that out there because I definitely gonna be put you out there.
Yeah, throw me everything so I can, because I'm putting it on my platforms, to make sure I'm shooting you out there. And
yeah, I appreciate that.
and definitely, you know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the food's good, brother. I mean, I love the food, man.
Hey, look, I got
Definitely.
so what I do have, I have a special guest, not this Friday, but the following Friday. One of
All
the
right.
chefs, Mike Glenn Gilliard. He's excellent, bro. We gonna put it together, and I'm gonna have him on here on a Friday, man. We gonna put it down, bro. I'm talking about we gonna talk about food, the essence of food. Also, he's doing big things, and I gotta shout him out, man. Listen, he definitely inspired me to do this because I like him and his wife. They do an awesome job together. She's doing the photography, she's doing the audio, and he out there getting busy, man. And so he was a great inspiration for me to do the podcast, but not only the podcast, but he just saying, D, yo, you could do it, man. And so he like, no, man, listen, I'm doing it, you could do it. And we actually work in the same hotel. So, and he doing his own thing as well as me. And man, he really like put the battery in my back. He's like, yo, D, let's do more than this, bro. It ain't just it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's a great father, you know what I'm saying? A great husband. I got, like I said, I'm bigging him up because I really see the greatness in him. And so I want to shout him out because, I seen him when he first came to the job. You know what I'm saying? He was young. He came in there real humble. He's like, yo, okay. I say, yo, just get your 90. After you get your 90, you got a voice. But if you don't get your 90, you don't got no voice. So just be humble. No, I'm serious. I was like, just be humble. Just get yourself. And yo, man, his guy, I watched him grow. And man, I'm saying this because I truly am happy to be his friend. You know what I'm saying? See him grow, co-worker. And then before I get off here, I want to tell you how he proposed to his wife. Because that was big. And I'm like, yo, I gotta get this guy props. Hey, what's up? What's up, cuz? That's a million. Look, Look, so they went to a basketball game. I was like, this dude is special. And I like I said, he's special because just because of what he did. I'm like, I never thought nothing like that. But you know, that so they was at a basketball game, right? So it was halftime or whatever. On a big screen, he was like, will you marry me? To his wife, to his current wife. Now I was like, what? Yo, bruh. I was like, yo, in Brooklyn, it was at the Brooklyn Nets. Yo, big. It came up on the screen. Will you marry her? Will you marry me? I was like, oh, you go ahead, Mike. I was like, man, stop playing, bro. And ever since then, you know what I'm saying? I seen this young man. He was grown to be, like I said, great father, great husband, and he stayed straight and he a man of God. That's what I'm talking about. I'll be like, yo, don't let nobody take that away from you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's somebody back to the people, right?
Work. That is somebody somebody come along and try to destroy it. Don't let them. You know what I'm saying? You a great father, you a great husband, and you're a great co-worker, a great brother. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, he stayed the same way, and he's always elevated. And I'm telling, that's why I'm bigging him up, because you know what I'm saying, that's what we need to do for one another. I really could care less what people say about me or try to knock me down, because I know me. I know how I'm going to be. You know what I'm saying? I know that people are going to try to tear you down. So guess what? I got my Superman cape on. I'm like this. What? Okay. See you later. So I fly away, baby. I fly away. I'm out. You can't take me. You can't. My grandmother used to say to me, always. Now look at me now. She say, why are you always frowning? And I ain't frowning no more. Smiling all the time, even through the bad storms. You know what I'm saying? Even through the tough times, you know, I'm still smiling because I know I'm going to weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to always be good. Even though when I'm not, I'm going to be. You feel me? So that's why I'm here now, to encourage people. It's not going to always be sunny days. I know that already. I guess what? I receive that and understand that. So that's why I'm here today, telling people, you know what I'm saying, that I could reach. Listen, when the chips look like they falling, guess what? You got to get your Superman cape on, your Wonder Woman cape on, whatever. And you gotta go through the storm, man. You gotta go through it.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? You got to. If you don't, guess what? You'll fall down in the slums, in the gutter, and be down there with the miserable people. Because I ain't. You not right?
Nah.
Right? That's right. That's what I'm talking about. You ain't got to, man. It's like, man, I ain't gonna be there, man. You know what I'm saying? And I gotta get old. I'm giving shout outs, so I can't miss my pops. I get my pops. No, for real, bro. I gotta get my hey man, listen.
That's what's up.
I gotta get my dad. I ain't giving this my third episode. I ain't give my dad a shout out. I gotta get my dad because he made me the great man I am today. You
Amen.
Amen. All the whipping, all the beatings he gave me. Woo! Straight me up like, hey. But nah, man. Listen, I got, like I said,
I can attest to those too.
You know, word.
I got a lot of those too.
Boy, man, I got man, oh man. But you know, and we don't do most men don't do that now, because you know they call the cops and they be like, yo, he beating me. Nah, but sometimes it's needed.
I actually talk to my kids, man. I mean, you know, I just have a conversation with them, man. So, you know, that's the good part about
it. Somebody said, as long as my dad don't wear the Cowboys jacket. Yo, that's crazy. But nah, man, it was a pleasure to have you out here.
Always. But, always a blessing.
I'm definitely I'm gonna ask you out to come up in here again. You know, when it's another brother. You know, I got this other brother. You know, he came up here on before, man. He always asks me when we doing it again. I said, I got you, bro. Just doing different people. You know, different views and different people to talk to, and just different topics. You know what I'm saying? And this was a great topic tonight, and I appreciate you coming out. And I love you.
Love you too, bro.
We'll talk again, brother.
All right. Thanks again.
All right. Got you.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.